good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world of darkness, and welcome to Raid Across New York, a werewolf venue. On people do some stuff. We go to Malfeas, and we get trauma, and the piece after seeing something that she rather not have seen and think about, even if on a subconscious level she always think about it. She hasn't even slept in the cabin that she shares with her sister. She just went out, slept in the cold in wolf form, because yeah, why wouldn't I sleep in wolf form? And when she woke up and she thought, well, she didn't really want to think about anything, so she chose the best option. She went to the training ground and punched stuff. Because when you punch stuff, you don't think about things like feelings or trauma or the fact that you think your mother didn't really want you in the first place. And so you punch and you punch and you punch and you punch, probably until the point you break that damn mannequin. And I think that maybe when we can start our scene, which we have no idea where this is going, we're going to do it.
Yep. Probably in the same area is the Fianna Ragabash, Aidan Lynch, who's getting his own tensions out after what he's seen in Malfeas' realm. You know, headbutting any sort of training dummies, just basically viciously attacking anything he sees quite aggressively.
And well, I guess pretty much since broke she broke her own, she's gonna probably bring the mannequin back to wherever is the main area, probably where Aiden is. And she's just gonna throw that shit away.
Aiden will kind of glance over and kind of raise an eyebrow.
And that's the moment where they make eye contact.
Yep. Yeah, for the first time. You know.
Yeah, they probably just ignored each other. Like, it's, yeah, I'm punching my stuff. I hear other people punching stuff. I don't care. And she looks at him. She bites her lips as she looks left and right. Like, she's not planning murder. Like, no, no. She's just looking. Is there anybody else here?
He looks around as well, almost probably doing the same. There's nobody here, and he kind of looks over at her. You know.
So, as there's this very, I think there's probably a 2 minutes awkward silence.
Yeah, there is. There's that long pause where they're kind of looking at each other and then looking at the mannequins, and like he kind of like puts his hands in his pockets and stands there awkwardly.
Yeah, completely. So, you're venting out?
Hi, you too?
Yeah. I needed to get my head clean. It's not really working.
Yeah, I can get that. It's not really working for me either.
And she's just gonna sit on the broken mannequin as she's just massaging her temples.
Just stands there, hands in his pockets. So I'm guessing you saw something fucked up in there as well.
She raised her head. Yeah, I guess if you're there, you already saw something pretty fucked up, didn't you?
I, oh, I did.
You know, a real fucked up part? I know it's not real. I know it's not. But it hits home way more than I would have wanted.
Yeah, I can relate.
You ever experienced something like that?
Shakes his head. I had no fucking clue what the fuck we were doing. I'd heard about it, all right, but never seen it.
I think outside of my sister, pretty much nobody had a fucking clue about what was happening.
Aye, and look what happened to her. She fucking vanished and came back even more depressed than usual.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done back.
Hey, we were all inexperienced. Even the big bad Philodox, I think, was shitting himself as well when we were walking through there.
No, I'm not talking about that. I shouldn't have turned my back on her at that moment. I just couldn't. Oh, fuck.
I think that was the point of it. Is to poke into your mind. Fuck with your head.
Yeah, but I thought about what I saw many times. I think that's why this place is so fucked up. Because it's not, at least in my case, it didn't show me something I wouldn't believe in. Something I believe deeply, and I don't want to face it. And it showed me yeah, like a fucking like a fucking silver blade, like, hey, here you go. Have your have your fear. It's free. You can have it.
I. That's the point of fear, though. That's what drives most of these people to the fucking worm and all that. It's fear. That's what it was tempting us with. So, what did you see? If we're going to be talking about it,
Mm, I think I need to make a willpower check. As we
yeah,
speak. I need to
go
make a
for it.
willpower check on that thing because she doesn't want to think about it.
Go for it. Go for it.
It's fine.
Yeah, you're all right.
At least. And she looks at him for a second, and I'm gonna roll peony also because you're still a piano. It's a little bit weird. We
Yeah,
have that weird normal conversation. Like it's weird. Yeah, she gets to success.
yeah. He seems pretty genuine. He's actually quite curious. He seems, yeah. He actually seems pretty genuine when he's asking.
Hmm. it's not something I really like to talk about.
I get it.
I saw my mother.
He nods, kind of like understanding. I
I think, well, you kind of put two and two together since you're all about that medis treatment. You put two
all
and two
about,
together, haven't
he
you?
kind of grins at her, all about the medicine treatment. He shakes his head. I'm just doing what I was brought up to do. My step was strict, not more, you know. Hey,
Uh, yeah. As she heard the comment, but she's not really acknowledging it. She's probably slightly reviving the vision in her mind. It's complicated, always.
that's family
Like,
for you. He kind of shakes his head.
I try not to think about it. I try to push. I try to push everything back because that's simpler. You don't have to think. You don't think about it. Don't think about it. Never happened. Denial. That's easy.
That loss will get you into a lot of fights. I can vouch for that. Pretending like it didn't happen.
But yeah, I saw. I saw my mother, and she rejected me.
Because you chose your sister.
No, because I'm not my sister.
He actually does kind of look a bit surprised. Huh.
I just. I don't understand. That's that's what's driving me crazy. I don't understand why.
Maybe because or Talatahine takes all her pressure and puts it through everybody else. You have to deal with it inwardly. You don't say nothing. You don't speak about it, but it eats away at you. You don't want to admit it to yourself.
And what should I do? As she looks she looks uh she looks at him with hard eyes. Like it's pretty much I think being a Ragabash Cleof, he probably knows that look.
You get yeah.
It's a look of watch out about what you're gonna answer because I can punch you.
He just he nods kind
And
of
and she looks at him with that look, and she say, I should treat her like you do,
I'm saying that.
like all the
Saying you
other
hate.
do.
You do what you want. It's not my business. I'm just saying it's hard when you hate yourself. I wasn't talking about Talatahine. I was talking about you. There's your problem. He kind of points, says pointedly.
And I'm gonna roll my manipulation subterfuge because I'm not gonna let you know that you've hit home. Like how dare you?
I'm gonna roll Peony to see did I hit home.
I mean, shit, fuck you. Like how dare you?
I got two.
How dare you? You're a Fianna. You talk to me about stuff that I don't want to, and now you key me. Like, how dare? And yeah, with that one success, you just, since it's just for one success, for just half a second, you see a wince. Like, yeah, you, he probably is very familiar with that kind of wince.
He's not. Doesn't say. He doesn't gloat. He just stands there,
Yeah.
kind of. Like I said, how many people ask how Pizza's doing? That's what I'm curious about.
She asked. But it always makes it awkward.
I bet it does.
William does sometimes, but he's way too focused on headbutting with my sister.
I think William's problem is saving the world one medicine at a time. I think is William's problem. He's so fixated on one goal that he's forgetting about everybody else. Common. It's not a bad thing.
And what about you, Mr. Therapist?
I'm not a therapist. I just know all about hating myself. That's all.
What have you seen when you were there?
So, what might have to happen if I want to get what I want?
Yeah, I guess that's what I get when I spill my guts.
You ever seen any of your family die before, Teresa?
I haven't seen my mother die, if that's your question.
I'm talking
So
about.
no.
And if you had the chance to get revenge on the fellow who did it, and your friend stood in the way, what would you do?
And I'm gonna roll manipulation subterfuge again.
Oh,
I'm definitely rolling manipulation subterfuge for this one. Yes, my cold hatred works this time.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough sensitivity to beat that. So no. So
And she she nods. She nods silently as goes. Well, knowing me, if someone had killed someone of my family, well, I would track them down until I found them, and
why do you think?
then I would make it very slow.
Why do you think I'm here? But what would happen if your friend that you've relied on for all your life stood in your way? If he was trying to stop you, what would you do?
Like, damn, this Ragabear, she makes me think about stuff. Uh, she, she makes a pause. I don't really know what would be my answer, but knowing me, I will probably have to knock their teeth out until they're knocked out and I can walk off.
Yeah, well, you kind of gets a very far away look. Let's just say the Saoirse I saw couldn't walk away after what I did.
She will nod as yeah, somehow she kind of understands that feeling.
So how's your sister doing after her little incident before we went into the hellhole?
And that snaps her attention back straight on. Like she was listening, having a kind of vague look as she was lost in her thoughts, and then like snap. Oh,
Yeah.
oh snap. And she she actually get up from the mannequin and you know stretch a little bit as she roll her shoulder. Yeah, I wanted to talk about it.
Ah,
She told me, and I'm not sure exactly what to think about it. So I guess I'm gonna ask you, what exactly happened?
doing that rite of contrition or whatever the fuck it is we were supposed to do with each other. Took her swimming. She likes water, she said, so fuck it. He kind of shrugs. We were walking in all those water spirits things. She was able to talk to them. I don't know what the fuck they were saying. Uh, we played a game that me and the boys used to play back home in the swimming pool. Hold your breath the longest under the water. Like, dived under. It was grand. Till I saw her floating. Eyes were closed. And these things were pulling her down, trying to keep her there. She couldn't breathe. She's going limp. So I don't know why I did it, but I hauled her out of the water, slapped her awake.
She's gonna roll peony on that, and even if I know it's the truth,
Yeah,
I will spend the willpower because she really wants to
mm,
scrutinize him. Like yeah, like more specifically, because this part match, but she wants peony more precisely. I don't know why I did it.
yeah, he sees he's genuine. He actually thinks he looks over. Then, I mean, other members of my tribe would have let her drown. You know, to be perfectly honest, I didn't want to see a young woman die. Didn't appeal to me. Even if she is a menace, I thought it would be wrong. And I mean, what's the point?
That's kind of what I don't understand about you. You go first chance you get around the set, going with forlorn being some kind of leper whose very touch would means your immediate demise or make you throw up like Calls of Fury did yesterday. You treat, well, you made my sister go on a frenzy on you, which almost resulted in Teresa Raya dying. And and then later she comes to me and say, "You're not a bad guy," and well, more technically, you're not just an asshole. I think that's more accurate. And then she drowns and you save her. So, what exactly is your thing with Metis?
Like I said,
Because you said it yourself. Your tribe is more akin to drawing Metis, yet you didn't want to see her die. So, I think probably part of you thought that it would look very bad for you.
I mean, obviously, I'm not fucking stupid. I can imagine your big bad Willy boy will come over fucking stomping as the ground around the place if he'd learned that the piano was there when Fataheen drowned.
Yeah, that's what I told him.
Yeah. Well, to be perfectly honest, there's a part of me that doesn't particularly like to see people drown right in front of me. And if she can die serving Gaia, then there's a purpose. But drowning in the water, what's the point? It's called decency. Something Fianna do have, as much as you don't like to admit it.
Hmm. So, what is your view on Metis?
They're a crime. They're something that broke the litany. There's no ways about it. You can. They're to be watched. Aye. We have to. It's not their fault, but we have to do it. But I don't agree with putting them up in cages. Don't agree with. Sometimes they need a baiting, yeah. Everybody does, even me. He kind of grins to her. But mindless torture. Where's the point in that? Metis or metis. You
Hmm.
teach them. If you teach them to serve Gaia properly, then they'll die serving Gaia properly. But mindlessly beating them, they'll eventually bite back, and when they do, you won't be expecting it.
You can roll Peony if you want.
I will. And I get 3.
Sad. I win by
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
And she doesn't say much, but she looks at him very intensely, studying him because, well, this is not really the kind of answer she would expect.
Like, he kind of turns. For example, I
Mm.
know for a fact Saoirse has bias towards Alana, and that's bullshit because she's a metis, and she'll always have that suspicion. She thinks she can wash it off her, but they can't, and that's filling them with something called false hope. That's crueler, I think. Same with what Will does. It's crueler. Be honest with it.
Be honest with what exactly? That their parents sinned?
Aye,
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I know
and
that firsthand.
yeah, and how many others don't do it? You, you and Will may think he kind of shrugs. Honestly, I think to be perfectly honest, yeah, we can be lenient, we can be strict, but we're not realistic with them.
So what you're saying is what? A menace can't reach greatness just because he's a menace?
There'll always be greatness for anyone to reach, but at the end of the day, it'll come back to the basic principle that they are more vulnerable to the wrong than most of us, and they need to be prepared for that. No matter how great they are, if they reach up to the highest of the nation and they fall, he kind of shrugs.
Treating them like shit doesn't make things better.
Probably doesn't. That's why the nation maybe need a new strategy, but we're a generation that can, but we can't. Because most of us won't bother because it's easier to beat up a medicine than fucking say, oh, why don't I teach him how to fucking do it properly? But we won't do that. We'll just do what comes naturally.
I'm not much a fan of beating menace.
I'll beat anyone who doesn't do the job for the nation properly, medis or no.
And let me rephrase it. I don't beat people because they are like that. I can make exceptions though. As she smirks. She smirks, looking at Ada.
He
Like,
smirks.
yeah,
He smirks back. I get it. I'm just saying. He just kind of shakes his head.
Yeah.
Either they're too cocky like Mr. Forlorn, or they're too self-loathing like Talatahine. They confuse the shite out of me, to be perfectly honest.
You want to blame someone, you can blame my whole set for that.
I bet they fucking treated her like shite.
Yeah. She take a deep breath as she looks back at a point in the set. There are things that always complicate things. It's never simple.
Hi.
I'm I don't care if she wants to acknowledge that I'm better than her because I'm a Garu and she's not. She's a Metis. She can have that if she wants. But the whole groveling, I don't like that. It's
And why is
improper.
that? And why is that?
And hmm, I think I think I will make a willpower roll just to see how I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Okay, she makes one success on this, so she will remain collected. And she she looks at him because it pisses on our family heritage. She can be whatever she wants, but we have ancestors, and she knows we have ancestors. She is a Metis, yes. It doesn't mean she can't achieve greatness, and you can't really achieve it if you let everybody walks on you, even if you're a Metis. If you're better than somebody else, and tough shit. It's the other guy's problem if he's just an incompetent fool.
I think, to be honest, he kind of like watches her. I think, to be honest, you're more worried about what yourself than anything. I think you are so fascinated by living up to your parents' legacy, which is honourable. I'm not saying it isn't. But I think you're so afraid that she'll fail and you'll have the weight of that legacy on your shoulders.
She's the only thing I have left from my mother. I'm not gonna let her fall.
He smiles my point exactly. I think Will needs to talk to you more than he needs to talk to Talatahim personally. If he's trying to be the Dr. Phil of your little group.
And she's not gonna respond to that. Even if OC, I think that Dr. Feelgood is actually good. And she just she's just gonna nod, and she's gonna look back again at the place that she was looking at. I should probably get my sister. He hasn't been back in the cabin.
Maybe you should take some time for yourself for a change. Maybe
She
Tepiza needs to do something for her fucking self for once. Might be a good idea.
and she She looks left and right again, as if she's making sure that there's nobody.
What are
Do
you
you have
afraid of?
something? Do you have something to drink?
He claps his hands, like walks over to his bag, and he pulls out a little small bottle of whiskey. Here, hen, get that down you.
And yeah, I think this is probably the most awkward moment to end this scene, as the Fiona is probably just sitting there looking, as Keisha is pretty much, yeah, she takes the bottle and she starts to drink it.
He just leans back like fucking hell. you know?
And I think, yeah, we will
Yeah.
we will stop here in this very awkward uh Tapisa loan, Tapisa time with a Fiona, but we don't talk about the Fiona because it would be too awkward. Thank you, player, for playing, watcher for watching, and we'll catch you next time on well, I guess whiskey across New York currently.